Alright, hello everyone, welcome to a bit of a special video where I'm going to be doing something that I didn't even know I would do. Wait, which should I do? It's this one, right? Should be. In any case, I am going to be editing something. I am actually going to be editing a Pokemon Versus video. Well, not necessarily an actual Versus. I'm going to be using this as a template, more or less. I'll also make this a little smaller, I presume. There we go. So that everything is just visible. I'm also going to do this. And just have this online. In any case, what are we going to do about this? Well, I have a video here. This video has to fit this. Down. So what I'm going to do is actually quite simple. I will be showing off some edits that I normally do in here, that I've actually done all the time in here. And then I'm going to replicate them in something like Adobe Premiere Pro. And what is the meaning of that? Well, it's actually very simple. Adobe Premiere Pro is a way stronger variant, a way stronger way of like video editing. It is absolutely horrible doing it actually in Camtasia. I can do it, but it's not the easiest. And I should probably do something about this first. There we go. So I'll be editing everything from this first in here. Afterwards, I'll also be doing a separate video for pretty much on the other editor, the other video editor. So I used to actually have a little bit of an automated system for this. I already had like things in place. That is all gone. That literally doesn't exist anymore. I need an extra line this time around for callouts. You can be 15 instead, please. The issue with this is that it actually has a fade out that I can turn on and off when I want. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Switch to full screen mode or detach or attach. Okay. It's because this thing is in the way. The other thing. Oh well. Back to attaching it to here, and then zooming out to be shrinking to fit. Putting this to the side as well. I get more space. So that's the entire text element, well, pretty much done for. Then I want 3 lines for just about the amount of Pokemon that I have. And that should be good. That is just for one side right now, everything. Normally, I also have... Where is it? This one in here, which is for the badges, that I can show very quickly. And I just use this tool to select which ones I want. So For instance, I would want the ones on the left. I just do this. And then I just copy and paste them however many times I need and just cut out whatever I don't need from this. However, that all has to be on different tracks, and we're not going to do that because I have not done anything gym related in this. Besides, this is only to show the difference between what I can do here in Camtasia and then replicating it in the other editor. Just to show like we actually are ready to switch over. When the actual versus continues, we'll be using that one. In any case, what are we going to do now? Well, it is time to go through the video. I know that nothing happens in here that I really need to check. There is no audio on this. What? Oh, that's right. I think I accidentally put this onto the Pokemon recording screen, but at the very same time didn't record the audio that I was hearing. So that could be, yeah. What? Oh, right. No, the video that I have here is already in use. And what I have here is a test. The test can go away. We're just going to work on this now. So this is about the moment that I start to get my own Pokemon. Alright, we selected Squirtle. So normally this process in here is even worse, especially if you're further on in a recording, because you're going to have to actually do quite some work on that. Not just quite some work, it also just becomes a lot harder with cutting away things, because this editor likes to be a douche. It likes to not work the way you want it to work. I'm just going to... There we go. And I'm going to cut the white away. Not that strong, please, this time around. And because this is actually on my part of the screen, I'm going to have to make it way smaller. And put the rotation here on 180. So I can make it bigger, and then it's actually the other way around, facing the enemy pretty much. Or, well, the enemy facing the other person. Which I only do on my side of the screen. I only have to do on my side of the screen. So there we go. That is one. But that is only just put in. Now it's time for the extra animations. So the Pokemon starts at invisible at the start. I can't zoom further in, okay. So I think it was 10 frames. There's nothing here. And then 15, where the start links up with that. And then it slowly is just there. Alright, seems good. Now, of course, this is only just one Pokemon. There's even more going to be happening to this Pokemon. We're actually going to do switching between Pokemon still. We're going to catch two more. We're going to do switching, and we're going to do when the Pokemon gets defeated. Evolution, I don't think I've ever actually had to do during the series, so I don't know what I will do eventually for that. So I also haven't included it in this. So we now have 1. However, we can't really do much with that. We get balls right here, and this is around the time that we actually get a secondary Pokemon. So it's already 10 minutes of me just fucking around with this. Me working on this. Even before this, wow. Yeah, I need to zoom in and out on the timeline every so often. And, okay, this is the moment where the text just disappears, so the next frame. Okay, not the next frame, but the frame after the next frame. Is when it starts giving its speech about this Pokemon has been caught. For now, I just want to go into the visual properties instantly. Flick it around. 180, please, not 190. Okay, there we go. They're both on the top line. Good. It makes life a little bit easier if they're both on the top line. And we're going to remove the color white, which in here you can actually see that a part of its eye actually gets cut out as well. That is all okay though. In this small scale, that's too big even. This is about the right size, I suppose. Yeah, sure. You won't see it at all. Which is also why I just don't include it. We're going to add the exact same things again. So far enough into the thing, into the time, into like this track. Sorry. We're doing the exact same thing again. I start with 0. I started actually around here. Make it 10 frames. Pull it back to the left. The right will always be 100%. Because I don't actually change that. However, I change the left of it. But the right will stay the same, so it will always instantly go for that. So what I can do now is just put this here. All I do is now copying it. What I was going to do is just from here and go to 15. Alright, there we go. Entire edit done. Our next victim. It already becomes like it already feels like it's slowing down the program. I haven't even done that much yet. This is what I deal with every time whenever I'm editing in here. Whenever I'm doing a Pokemon Versus, it starts slowing down like quite quickly already, especially if we've just started a new series, new season, and that's new season, a new Versus in that sense. And with the fact that we're going for 3 screens during the next one, like Niels is going to join us, it's going to become a little bit of a process to, have this entire program slow down or crash at pretty much everything I do, because that is eventually what happened. So it's not a fun thing to edit in this, which might be, well, one of the reasons why I don't edit in this anymore, or why I don't want to edit in this anymore. Another big reason why I actually want to stop editing in this is simply because it's out of date. I don't edit normal videos with this anymore as well. It's literally just the Versus. And the Versus is all, well, fun and games. But, I don't want to be, editing for 6 hours if we're just doing a 1 hour video to then render for 8 hours on the same video. I'd much rather just, edit for 2, maybe 3 hours which is still a big amount in comparison. But it's still lower than the original, and render time is going to go down drastically. This is a pretty much 11-minute video. This is already going to, I'm not actually sure how long this is going to render, because this does not have like the usual things that I have in this video or in this format. Also, normally I render the not this, the game itself. I render that one separately. Why? Because that's just way better. What I can do, by the way, is pull this all one lane up, and I can actually, there we go. So why is this handy? This just makes sure that if I can click on here, I'm not actually changing the video itself. If I click on this, like all I have to do for here is just change this around, and I can just edit whatever I need in here, like in the video itself. For instance, if the size is incorrect, or if I have to put a new one in, and I can just, if that's done, pull this to the top again, pull this over it, and I'm done. Okay, good. It is actually good to edit. And that helps you be a little bit more in control. Another reason what I usually do is I edit the two videos at the same place, instantly let those render, and then start editing everything else. I can still actually edit this, even if it's already in this line. There we go. I can still edit it even if it's already in there, but this just helps a little more. I feel like there's still a line. Yep, because there is. Great. Okay, no line anymore. Good. Sorry, I always feel a little bit weird when that line shows up, and it's just like, I want that away. In any case, back to editing this. Also, I have to say that every time I copy and paste this, I have to specifically copy and paste that part. Like the edit, the animation itself. Never made it appear here. Whoops. But if I were to put this, for instance, on this, yeah. Because it's still the same picture, but just the other thing, it will try to do something weird with that. It will change the position. It will change where in the picture that is. It's still a good thing to have in that sense. It's just not handy. And that's why you don't put things on other tracks. Because that just doesn't work properly. I just press B, that's the library function. In any case, so let me now edit this. This is the entire, hey, the Pokemon I caught. So this is where I wanted to throw one out. Realized I had to do it in the box. So this is now the actual switching between Pokemon, which I need to zoom in on these. Alright, so it's about Squirtle. So I want a visual transition on here. And Pidgey. Alright, they have switched around. Text is empty, so that means this is like the start and end point. And the first thing I will always edit is the lowest line of the two. Why? Because if I just edit that one first, then hover mouse over the exact same spot of where I want to put it, and then click it again, it will instantly select the thing that's on top, on like track 8 instead of track 6, for instance. Which is why I was able to instantly move the picture around. So now, if we let this play, that's our animation. Or that is at least how I originally did it. We're doing the exact same now actually with Squirrel and Rattata, so... It is already slowly having issues with what I'm doing. Also, I completely forgot something else, and I'll get to that in just a second. Move it to where? This is again U. It's a visual property on U. And because I know it's about U as well, I'll do that. Empty text, so I'm doing that. And now again, switching all that around until there, good enough. And now we're getting into a battle. While my team is pretty much nothing. As you can also see, there is a little bit of glitching happening on the screen. This is not eventually in the actual video, the glitching. That is a Camtasia thing. This is one of the reasons why why I'm switching over. So I don't know when which Pokemon goes down. We hit the first one. We just hit 0 on that, so that means we are going to start an animation at this moment. And we're going to actually do the reverse of what I did earlier when the Pokemon came on. So, first I want to start as active, and then make it inactive. Never mind. I want to do that. Here, make it active again. Inactive. This to be active. Actually, I think I made a mistake in my edits. Okay, I'll get to that in just a second. Alright, so it goes to inactive now. Okay, so that is indeed the mistake I was making. I never let the 5 frame, of nothingness in between, which I did actually do with other things. So here, we can actually activate a split, get rid of this. Then it's just the time thing. Split this. Change the text in here to, that's audio, whoops, to 1. Get a little visual effect in here. Whoops. Transitions. I'm so not used to this anymore. I'm just putting a simple fade in. That is normally like 14. Is it normally 14? I think it's 10 normally. It has to be. I never make that instant. The other thing that I was saying that was incorrect is this one. It shouldn't be already shining. All that has to do is actually not colorize. Why are you not changing? This wasn't a border. What did I do to that all the time? So here's the issue. I don't actually have the original edit thing anymore for this. I don't know where it went. So I'm actually doing everything out of memory. I did something strange with this. Like I think I sucked all the color out of it. Right, I colorized it with white. And I don't think you can do this in an animation, so I think I split this one as well and put the exact same thing on there, which I don't need to do right now. So I think if I put an animation on here, so here is decolorized, then we colorize it here. It colorizes it everywhere again. But now that Pidgey is, well, gone, we have to do a little bit more edit-wise. And that is moving both of these up. We do that with an animation. This animation takes place for 10 frames. Meaning this has to be 20 frames. Which seems kind of weird because that means it gets all the time in the world to change. No, this is going to just go to 10. Actually, these might have been on 5 all the time as well. In any case, I can just move them both at the same time. Actually, I think it indeed was just 5 frames. I honestly don't know anymore. I haven't actually done the depth thing too much, so that's why. So now it's Rattata. We're doing the exact same thing. We're just waiting for this. Normally, by the way, I have to watch the entire video. In this variant, I know what I have to do in that sense. But yeah, normally I work with 2 screens at the same time. I don't actually have this on here anyway. I just wanted it to be here because it's part of the setup. Right now, this one got taken out, so we have to actually add an animation for here. Wait, this first part was 10, right? It was 10, 10. It was 4 times 10, now 1 times 5, and then 1 times 15. There we go. Good. We split this off here. Go for that. We don't have to change anything apart from the number. So split this one again. Make a little call out to 2. And give the transition again for 10 frames. And it's just for one screen. By the way, when it gets to me editing 2 or in the future even 3 of those screens, I pretty much do them at the same time. I don't watch the video once, edit, only things from that screen, which I should actually do. Then watch it again and then go for the other one. Like, that is what I should do. I just watch both at the same time. I just listen, and like if I need to change something, like I normally won't instantly notice it. Sometimes there are times I actually go back, which are bad, because it means that, you know, I have to sit through this for even longer. And as you can see, when I press play, it doesn't automatically, it doesn't instantly start playing. It's like a couple of split seconds delay. Here becomes the issue. If the video becomes too long, I get that issue for way longer. So then I'm like literally waiting there for like 10 seconds before the program, for instance, crashes. I've had that as well. Critical hit even. I normally wait until... There we go. It is now at 0. I normally wait until the actual number is at 0. Not until the bar is done. No, the number has to be 0, and that's when I start the animating part. I will, by the way, go back to the start and animate that as well. And there we go, 15. And here I'm actually allowed to split 2 things at the same time. First of all, the text element, which can now become a tree. And this element, which you can have it colorize of. And I give them both the same transition, both just the normal fade. This one has to be 10, this one I think it'll be 10 as well. And there we go. So I'm probably also going to vertically do this. Cut off that little bit because that literally doesn't matter. I need one more screen actually. Rex. This is actually my intro outro. Whoops. Is it? Do I still have that somewhere in here or? It is in here, but I don't think it should be. No, actually, I have an extra thingy here. I actually have it in my recording folder. Even though my intro outro is actually in my YouTube folder, not my recording folder. Like, it's actually in my upload folder. Like, what? And then we have this entire thing, which was animated years ago at this point in Blender. And I put that in. There we go. Oh, it's because you're not on the right numbers. And you have that. I can kill off that line actually still. Could have done splitting 3 things at the same time. Well, there we go. And I think I had something else at every moment, but I'm not sure. Oh, actually, I think I already know what I had. Sure, I used this, like the outro thing, but I think I had a... Call out. Like this one. Make it completely black. Put it under here. And I put an entire animation on it. Where the opacity starts at nothing. And then does the entire thing that normally in the video would happen as well. The issue is, if you were to do this normally in this video, all 4 of these lines would need a separate version of that. They would all need that same fading away effect, which is way better done in something like this. And that concludes 35 minutes of editing, a 11-minute video. And it's not even completely done, like the Pokemon appearing as such. I had the issue in there still, which I'm still going to fix. Which is why I'm actually doing this. This, by the way, is a 5-frame window if I do this. It says a selection start, but also says a duration. And it ends with 0.5. And since one of those can be 28, 29, and it goes to 1. Which is how I pretty much do it frame-wise. But this is just the editing part of, well, something that I don't have to check, and something that I don't have to do that much of. Ugh, I'm doing that by hand. That is not good. Yep. Close enough, but still. Also, those 2 are normally locked until, like, they're pretty much locked. Like, I'm editing the end and the start of a video always first, and then I make sure that they are locked in that position. And that is the entire video. I will also actually pull the entire render through. Is anything in the background open? No? Good. So I'm going to actually export this. Custom production settings. MP4. I want to without that, please. Good. Audio encode. I always turn to the highest. Although there's no audio, I still do not. And here we go. I don't want this. I don't want this. What I do want, however, is if I click here into check. Actually, I don't even have to make a folder for this. So I can just do Pokemon versus Camtasia version edits. Actually, this is not the edits. This is just the Camtasia version. So Pokemon versus comparison or edit comparison. Whoops. Edit comparison Camtasia version. Finish. And there we go. Now as you see, the rendering, it is going okay-ish now, but that's because the video is merely just 11 minutes. Normally, it's an hour long for a video. And, well, with the amount of edits that a video like this can have, yeah. I've had it before where I was rendering for about 8 to 12 hours. I was not happy with that. But I'm going to let it render. And I will pretty much be back once it's done. So I'll be RB. So edits for that, sorry, not edits, rendering for that took about 9 minutes. That is still quite a good amount. That is still quite quick. In comparison with the fact that the video is 11 minutes and that the entire editing process was, well, 40 minutes. Still, if you compare this to how it would go in Premiere Pro, for instance, or if you compare this with how it would go if the video was an hour long, it would be way different. If the video is an hour long, then I would have been here for multiple hours editing, multiple hours rendering, waiting for it to render while recording, because that's also what's happening right now. I've literally just waited here. In any case, you've seen the entire edit and render process now of this. So, yeah. I want to say that went actually pretty well.